I know. It's Monday morning, and we all kind of don't like it, do we? Well, hopefully this video will make it a little bit brighter. As promised, I'm going to tell you the story about Hank. Now, September 9th, 2012, I took a drive out to the country, and looking at the images of the day, looks like I was out for about 2 hours or so. Went down Seven Bridges Road, through Lumsden, Craven, and then Highway 99. If you're not familiar with Highway 99, it's a great little valley road between Craven and Highway 6. And if you leave Regina and return after driving down it, take you about an hour or so. If you see something really cool, it might take you an hour and a half. 2 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours. Anyways, it's one of my favorite places to visit. Lots to see, lots to always explore. Anyways, about 6:30 at night, I was driving down the road, and I noticed something kind of odd. As I approached, I noticed it was a juvenile red-tailed hawk. Why juvenile? Well, the eye kind of gives it away. The eye was yellow, and typically most adults have a brown eye. Once in a while, there is a transition period, or there is a few other little exceptions. It's the primary indicator, at least for me, to tell, because I'm still not 100% great at IDing hawks. Surprisingly, I still screw up quite a bit. Anyways, kind of parked the car in the middle of the road, kind of wanted to protect him a little bit and make sure people were aware, turned my four-ways on. Now, I'm a photographer first and foremost, so I just stepped to the side, and I didn't want to stress him out. So I stepped to the side, took my first couple of images. I approached the bird very, very cautiously, obviously very slowly, and didn't want to frighten him, didn't want to really stress him out. When I got within a couple of feet of him, he just kind of looked up and was a little bit pissed off, if I can say that out loud. He was miffed. That may be a better word. Anyways, I reached out and, kind of figuring, well, how the heck would I transport him? Who would I even take him to? Well, he actually let me just about touch him, and he started to flap his wings and he started to hop. Well, I immediately backed off and I watched him, and again, I didn't want to stress him out, but if he was injured, I didn't want to leave him there. So I let him hop off, and because he was flapping his wings, I felt pretty confident that there wasn't anything too broken. Again, being a juvenile, my assumption would be that he probably just exhausted himself and had to land in a terrible spot. So I backed off, and I just observed him at a safe distance. Gave it a few more moments, probably 2 or 3 minutes, 5 minutes. I approached again, and this time he flew to the nearest fence. At that time, I was pretty satisfied that he was mobile. He was probably just winded. So I basically just kind of backed off a little bit, watched for another 5 or 10 minutes, and he flew off. It's kind of a really fantastic little experience. Now, this is probably one of my favorite images, and why I'm starting with it. This was done on a 2-inch gallery wrap canvas. Now, I'd love to show you. Unfortunately, it's hanging up somewhere else. It's hanging up at Naked Beam. Fantastic little coffee shop on Broad and Kramer in Regina. Please go visit them. I've still got some art up. They're beautiful people, wonderful coffee, and great supporters of local artists. Say hey to Leanne and the team down there for me. Now, speaking of Naked Beam, it kind of brings up the reason why his name is Hank. Well, the first time I was hanging up art there, my friend Jeff Hamon of Jeff Hamon Scenic Fine Art. Again, all the links will be in the bottom. Please go visit them, like their page, support local artists as best you can. We were hanging up some art together there. I was given the opportunity. Jeff had got me in somewhere else. I didn't have enough to fill the space, so we teamed up together. Jeff is about that much more anal than I am, which is about that much more than most people. He also has the ability to pull it off. I don't. He did up a wonderful sketch in Photoshop, showed us right where everything's going. So we got in there, we were slamming up art and hanging up stuff, and I noticed these little tags, and I'm just like, oh, well, I already know where everything goes, just kind of ignored them. Anyways, as we were finishing cleaning up and everything else, enjoying a beautiful cookie and coffee from Leanne, it was fantastic, really was. We were just kind of sitting there chatting, and I looked at one of the tags, and I just said, so, why Hank, Jeff? It was hanging right underneath the hawk. He just shook his head and kind of groaned. Peterman, that's Hawk, not Hank. So his name kind of stuck as Hank. Now, he normally hangs up in the studio. He's hung up in the hallway. Always catches people's attention. Personally, it's probably one of the sharpest images I've ever taken in my life. I took it with my 70-200 Canon lens with a teleconverter, if you want to know. If you think that that's all kind of gibberish, we'll leave it there. If you got some technical questions, please let me know and inbox me. Got any questions about Hank or about the experience that I haven't answered, please let me know. And by the way, thank you for the feedback last week. Hopefully I'm not talking too fast this week. I kind of had a little caffeine with my medication and shouldn't have done that. Anyways, if you go over to my Patreon page, you will see that I have put up one other image of Hank. When I was going through, it was actually kind of blowing me away how awesome it was. The previous images I showed you were all unprocessed, straight out of the camera, pretty much what my camera would have seen. There is always a little bit of cropping and a little bit of tweaking you've always got to do. So I did that to one of the images. For my Patreon supporters, for the next week, I'm going to do a metallic 7x10 in an 11x14 matte, which I call my frameless prints. They're normally $95, and for my Patreon subscribers, I'll do $75. Now I'm going to limit it to 10 of the metallic. If you wish to support me, they will be the same $75. However, I'm going to do them on glossy paper instead of the metallic. And the metallic is really, really cool. Some people have told me that they want to support me, don't really know how, can't make a monthly commitment. So I hope this is a great opportunity for you. If you don't like the opportunity, maybe get better feedback or suggestions, please let me know. All the prints will be numbered and signed. The metallic, as I said, will be to a limited quantity of 10, and that's for my Patreon subscribers. As always, guys, thank you for taking the time to listen. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate all your support once again. I hope the rest of your week is fantastic. All right, that's all for now.